Hi everyone. For those have a chance to play the first version of the Hunger Games, it was the start of making new kind of mini-games for mcpe. Let me recall some of screenshots of HG version 1 Foundation. In version 1.0 I also published a map layout the future build for next generation of the Hunger Games version 2.0. Today, I would like to show you version 2.0 of the Hunger Games, my dream on continue building from version 1.0. I think you really like it. HG version 2.0 it's new tech, or I would say, one of the biggest attempts that I did to build new kind of mini-games. And, it's the longest development cycle I did too. Lots of effort spent on game design, implementation, and optimization. Actually, I end up building the complete trilogy of the Hunger Games story. Follow along the lines of the original movie. New Hunger Games version 2.0 is designed to play in story mode like multi-level game. The final and most difficult level is on VIP plus Lodge. HG version 2.0 have many design goals. The first goal is make the game more fun to play, look cool, must be story mode like, party with dynamic challenges, modern design. Just remember, the star of the game is the player, so, game design is player-centric. Okay, let's the games begins then. The ultimate goal of this game is become the new Mockingjay. Unleash all your power. Fight hard on each level. Fight hard to win each map. Move to the top level inside the Hall of Fame. So, how to play this game in story mode? Before gameplay, make sure the settings on configuration file have setting for enforce store level set to true. Once this setting set to true, game player must start playing the game from lower level, in this case, level 1. Upon winning level 1, then player can join level 2. So on. The most challenging and highest level is on VIP plus Lodge. Don't forget to do some training first to sharpen your skills before join the gameplay. It will help you win the game. Remember, there can be only one winner, so, do your best on each gameplay. If 2 left on the game, that is a draw, not a win. The main lobby, it's the centerpiece of the game. It's a beautiful design map optimized for multiplayer gameplay. Here you will find a list of training centers, the Hall of Fame and game portals. For quick help, main lobby also have a floating text help text. It shows up automatically up in few seconds on player's arrival. At any given time, if you're feeling boring and want to shake up things, try the park art at the roof of the main lobby. It's not the most difficult park art, just keep in mind, there is only one way down. One of the new exciting feature on this version is the addition of VIP plus Lodge. This is an independent area for VIP players. It's up to server owner how to manage this VIP section. It can be enabled for all players and only restricted to few players. In any case, VIP have lots more exciting games and next level of Hunger Games. In terms of overall features, I would say it can be grouped under administration and game player. For game player, the target feature is story mode like flow, rich gaming experience and new designs, and more. So, HGV2 brings new exiting maps traditional in PC only, now ported to PE, great game stats tracking and non-stop actions in one package. The story mode-like gameplay is one important feature of this game, so to avoid chatting problem, and level-specific in-game chat was implemented for each gameplay session, so player no need to worry about confused messages. I don't even remember how much time I spent importing some of the most beautiful map over to this game, and unfortunately, not all maps work out for the game story, on top of porting PC maps. So, lots of effort went to getting the map right. I also create new map for this game. In short, player will have lots of cool maps to play with on each level. Player will be lost without stats tracking for their game. For this reason, in this game, multiple dimensions of the game statics were built to track player gameplay, by level, my map and top win so on. What is an HGV for administrator? I think a lot. Lots of features for administration. First, there is a map panel for administrator to directly access to each map published on the level. This panel can be accessed via /hgadmin command. The ideal for this was to solve a problem for map with long names or spaces. Typing them on command line takes time, then sometimes doesn't work at all. The second thing for administrator is update portal location or position if needed, otherwise don't change. This will avoid breaking the game. Administrator can add new custom map to each level as well. Also, administrator have full control of VIP access and gameplay mode. Lots of commands. VIP access from main lobby can be enabled or disabled by a simple stitch on plugin configuration file. Default if not enforced or open. Change it. Require server restart. There is one more feature that I found useful. It's the welcome message. For new player and existing player, by default it's turf off. You can turn this on configuration file. Yes, HGV2 allow administrator to add own custom map or replace existing one. Please see documentation on steps. Also, my previous published YouTube video, it's take a bit of work, but I think it's worth it to put your own custom maps. In addition, administrator can modify existing configurations files to fit their own needs. There are 3 group org configuration files. The main configuration file that control key settings on lobby. Then, the level portal configuration for game countdown, and arena map configuration for gameplay durations. Then there are separate configurations files for training plugin and chest plugins. Now, what is next? Here's the current plan, but subject to change. We start with HGV2 Release 1, follow up HGV2 R2 Distributed Edition. This edition is for specific setup, may not applicable to everyone. For example, Stitch to use MySQL database will not work for players using Android phone, and split up VIP sections and main gameplay section into 2 network deployment. Hopefully, help distributed the loads to scale up. Next, HGV2 Release 3. The version would be mainly focused on upgrade to pocketmine version 2.0 with PHP 7.0 support. The big news here is that PHP 7 will provide 200% performance improvement. Then finally, there will be HG Hero Edition. More detail will disclose on future about this version. Installation and packaging. This requires download or installation of pocketmine server if you don't have it yet. There are 3 possible versions of pocketmines. The first 2 official version is from pocketmine team, and last version is from Lifeboard based on older version of pocketmine with customized changes such as setting players at network interface and fallback load balancing for sending player to another server, and lot more. However, on my testing result I found steadfast break couple HGV2 functionality on player movement check, handling of player death. To make this work the game have to make some workaround changes. That is why for now, I don't recommend use steadfast for deployment of HGV2. Another finding I have on pocketmine soft is player invisibility's issue after teleporting. It's happened intermediately, so no fix on this one yet. So, all this leads to the recommend pocketmine version is latest dev version. In terms of memory requirement, the absolute minimal is 256 megabytes, prefer minimal is 512 megabytes, then recommend is 2048 MB, which is the setting value for pocketmine soft. For the Hunger Games V2 Trilogy minigames, it's packaged under a single zip file. Inside the zip file it have multiple folders. The first folder is the plugin files total of 3, followed by maps and documentation. The steps for deployment is start with copy plugin files to your server plugin folder. Next copy maps, then update server point to Hunger Games lobby. Restart server that should work. After deployment, the next topic is performance considerations in mind. The big question most people ask is how to make my server lag free. Is there such thing as zero lag? The answer is maybe or no such thing as zero lag. Why get an answer like this? The reason is that there are many factors contribute to lags, such as OS, server, plugin, hardware like POO, hard disk speed, network speed, number of players, connection speed between the server and players, etc. So many factors require optimized together. The best approach to optimize lag is tweak settings according to your server environment. Conduct some basic performance analysis of the server, OS, plugin using timing report. Test pocket minimal setting change to see how does it affect your server performance. Try a few tricks like assign PHP task with highest priority at OS level, or create a RAM disk to run pocketmine to reduce disk I/O lags. Obviously using better hardware always yield improvement in performance too. How much improvements? Let's say running same disk I/O operation in SSD versus on RAM disk. A basic result indicate a 340% performance increase on my test result. Increase PHP priority, reduce pocketmine response time. Then other things like use higher compression rate when possible, improve player response time, but like also increase pre-utilization and load. However, there is no such thing as free lunch. There is a cost on each option. Depends what is your hardware and what works the best is the good setting. Finally, the question about, is the game ready to release? The answer is yes. It's now available for sale at minecraftgenius76.com. For bug report or inquiry, send me an email. Thank you, and help spread the word if you really like this game. Thanks again. Enjoy the game.